Hi everyone, good morning. It's a little early. I'm on here on top of things today. It's about 10 o'clock and I'm ready to get started. I posted my devotional a little bit earlier, so hopefully you are able to check that out. And now I'm ready to do a cute craft. So if you're new to my channel, I'm Brandy with a Rustic Stitch. And today, this is what we're going to be working on. So I have this wood frame sign that I got from Dollar General. And it already has a nice white distressed look, some weathered edges. So I'm already off to a great start here. That'll save me a little bit of time. And then I have this wood slice that I ended up with when we were cutting slices. It's kind of just gnarly up here, but I love that. And so I thought it would make a cute ladybug. So I'm gonna turn this into a ladybug today. Hey Liz, glad you could join me. If you're popping on, say hi. Let me know how your day's going, where you're watching from. I'd be happy to chat with you. And of course, ask questions along the way. I welcome those. I love to chat about crafting, so I'll do my best to answer. And I'm also going to be using these dried flowers that I made with my new flower press. So I'm really excited to share with you about that today. It took them about a week or two to get dried, so I've kind of just been anxiously sitting on that, waiting for it to get done so that I could share about that. And I did put a link to the flower press attached to this live video in case you are interested in getting one and trying it out for yourself. And I will be posting a separate video all about that process and what I did and how it turned out. I just wanted to be able to add the craft on to the end of it. So I'm gonna make this and then I'm gonna kind of finish that up and wrap that up. I thought I had something weird on my shirt. That's just something on the screen. Sorry. Anyways, hi everyone. Thanks for hopping on. Okay, and if you are watching the replay, then be sure to say hi, #replay. Let me know that you are here. So I'm gonna go ahead and get started. This should be a pretty quick craft since a lot of the work is already done for me. This little frame sign was only $5 at Dollar General, so it's a little bit more than like your Dollar Tree bases, but it's really sturdy and nice, and it was already kind of put together for me, so I'm excited about that. So for now, I'm gonna put that to the side and we're gonna work on our ladybug. So the first thing that I want to do is do a little painting on here, and I'm just gonna give it kind of a black base here and maybe dry brush on some little black for the head here. So let's see how that's gonna turn out. And then I'm gonna be using a piece of cardboard to make some wings just to give it a little bit more of a 3D effect. I mean, I could just paint it directly on the wood slice, but I think I want to give it some layers. I do like my layers. All right, so I'm going to be using some of this black chalk paint. If you don't have chalk paint, you can use acrylic paint. I just prefer the chalk paint. It dries better, it dries faster, and it has better coverage, and that's why I choose to use it. But the acrylic paint works just fine as well. So I'm just going to kind of roughly make a circle here. I think a lot of it's going to be covered up with the wings, but I just want to make sure that anything poking through is going to be covered. And this black chalk paint really covers nicely. A little bit goes a long ways with this stuff, so that's why I like it. And I don't know exactly how all of this is going to come out. I'm just kind of winging it here. So thanks for joining me, and we'll see what happens. All right, so I've got kind of a base circle right here. Jennifer says, you're so creative with the wood pieces. I just think they're so much fun. And every time one of these like weird pieces comes out of the cutter, I just get excited because it's fun to see kind of what I can do with it. I wish that I had more that I could share with you guys, but sometimes I just don't know how they're going to come out, and usually it's just one or two. But I do have some wood slices in my Etsy shop, just kind of some regular round ones if you are looking for that, and some other crafting supplies as well. So if you're looking for some things, maybe you can go check that out. There's a link for all my stuff at the in my about section at the top of my page, and my Etsy shop is listed there. And I have it on a lot of my posts too. But I'm just gonna kind of just paint that black, and we're just gonna use imagination that that's his head, because I really am not a painter. That's why I really like the kind of more primitive look, not really faces, just kind of the simple outline of things. Okay, I think that's it for that part. I'm gonna put this to the side, but I'm still gonna use it in a minute. So now let's work on our wings. And this is just about almost dry. That's really why I love it. I don't have to wait a long time. So I think what I'm gonna do for my wings here is just trace the basic shape of this and cut a little bit inside of that line. And I may have to trim on them a little bit to get them just right, but just gonna kind of get an outline going right there. So hopefully I didn't miss any comments. Sometimes I get busy working and I don't always see everything. Mainly just people popping on. So great, glad to have you guys. Okay, let's go ahead and cut a little bit to the inside here. I don't want to cut too much because you can always cut off more, but I can add it back. So let me get me a little bit of a circle going, and then we'll see. And that's just a scrap piece of cardboard that I had from some other project that I did, I'm sure. So we've got this pretty close already. Let me just trim around this edge a little bit more. And I think that's pretty cute. So now what I want to do, I kind of imagine this with the wings just a little bit open. So I'm just going to cut it directly in half. Maybe I should have decorated it first, or maybe not. So, and then I'm going to paint it, and then I'm going to glue them on just a little bit, kind of open, I think. What do you think? Open, closed, not closed, just a little bit open. You guys think that'll be cute? I think that's going to be cute. I don't want to hide too much of my wood slice, but also I want to give it that look. Okay, and normally whenever I craft with cardboard, Jennifer says that would even make a cute tortoise. Yes, that really would. I love turtles too. That's a good idea. All right, everybody saying good morning. What a fun get together, you guys. Okay, so first let's see. I'm gonna go ahead and paint this. We're gonna paint this red. I'm gonna use kind of this chalk paint. It's called lacquer and it's a darker red. I don't know. I don't want it to be super bright because I feel like my flower pieces, even though they do have nice color, they are a little more subdued because they are dried. So I'm going to use this that I think is going to dry a little bit darker, and it's going to look nice with the rest of my pieces. And so what I was saying before is normally I will pull off the top pieces because I like the corrugation of the cardboard. But for this craft, I want to make spots, of course. So I'm just going to leave it plain on there. Sorry, let me just check here. Liz says she was trying to imagine how the wings were going to work. Great idea. Sometimes I get those. All right, Jennifer says, so do I. I have a redfoot tortoise named Charlie. Oh, that's so fun. I don't know if you saw, I don't know if I posted it on my crafting page, but on my photography page, I went out to the lake, well, not this weekend, but the weekend before, and took a bunch of turtle pictures. So you should go check those out. They turned out super cute. All right, so I'm going to paint these red. What are you guys up to today? It's eclipse day, right? Are you guys gonna watch the eclipse? My husband has like this super duper fancy welding hood, so I'm gonna try to wear it and take some pictures with my camera for my photography page. So hopefully they turn out good and I'll have some fun pictures to share there. And if you don't follow my photography page and you like nature photos, I'm going to give a little plug here. It's the name is Photography by Brandy, and I do share a bunch of nature photos over there of different things that I'm out and about seeing. So if you like that, give me a follow over there. I'd love to connect with you with that too. And of course I try to share some pictures on my crafting page too. But it's mainly about crafts, so I don't share too many. Roxy says that she has a welding hat too, and she hopes that she can see it. I hope you do too. Liz says she has some glasses to watch it. Awesome. Are you guys in a good path? I'm in Oklahoma, so it's supposed to be, I want to say like 95% in my location for viewing. So it'll be interesting. That's another reason that I wanted to hop on here early today and get this thing done so that I have the afternoon to play around with that. And I figured everybody would be busy watching the eclipse too, so I wanted to get this done before. All right. Maybe I'll put a little on the edges just in case those peek through. Jennifer says they're going into town for some events in Indiana. Yeah, a lot of places are having like eclipse parties and eclipse events. Liz says she's getting maybe 80%. Nice. Teresa says, I got glasses from the library, but Washington, is that Washington, WA, is only 20%. So she may not see much. Oh, well, maybe people will post lots of stuff on Facebook and you can at least see it that way. Leslie says, no chance of witnessing it in the UK, probably. Bummer. 100% in Carthage, Indiana is what Jennifer says. Nice. That'll be fun. Roxy says, can't wait to see your pictures of it. I hope they come out. It'll be fun. All right, let's get the edges on this one. Cardboard edges aren't that easy to paint, but we're just going to brush a little bit on here and call it good. Probably a little on the inside too, because you'll be able to see that. Becky says she's in the right path there in Arkansas. Nice. Hopefully you get to see it. Idaho is 30%, Tracy says. It's going to be fun. I know we've got, supposed to have a lot of travelers here in Oklahoma, a little bit further south than where I live, because I live right up north, close to Kansas. But a little further south is a better viewing place, and so there's supposed to be a lot of people kind of piling in there to watch it. So kind of glad it's not my town though. I live in a little town and that would be a lot for a lot of people to be here. Anna says, hello, good morning. Hey, thanks for joining. Susie's in the path near Cleveland. Fun. Crazy Mom Creation says, good morning. Good morning to you. Thanks for popping on for a minute. Beautiful and sunny in Ohio, Susan says. Yes. I love bright, clear, sunny days, and especially today. I hope everybody has good weather. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and make my dots here. I'm just going to put some on here randomly, and I'm going to use the end of this paintbrush and just make some little dots. That's kind of got not quite circle. I think I touched my brush down too far. You want to kind of not touch the bottom of the lid here because it didn't make perfect dots. But I'm not about perfection. I just like things however they turn out. That's what I end up with, so. All right. Did I miss anything? Some of the hotels in the path are charging $900 for a hotel room. That's crazy. That's so rude. Crazy Mom Creation says they're supposed to get 89.4% today in Long Island. Well, I hope you get all of it. All the 89.4% they're predicting. All right, let's do the other side here. Kind of just trying to place them randomly. I'm very much a symmetrical crafter, decorator, planter, whatever I'm doing. I really am like things symmetrical, but I'm trying my best just to do it random here. Jennifer says ladybugs don't have perfect spots, so it's all right. Well, good. I didn't really know that fact. Okay, I think that's pretty good. Let me put one more right there. It looks a little empty. Okay, I'm gonna stop before I put too many. So let's let that dry. Kind of wipe my brush off here real quick. And I think that's all for the paint. So let's try these spots. Brenda says hi from Georgia. Ah! Wait a minute. Let me hold these down before I get my wind going. Okay. Brenda says hi from Georgia. Hello. Glad you all could join me this morning. I'm excited to see how this turns out. Probably will do a little shading on these wings too once I get them glued on. I don't know. Do you think I should cover them with Mod Podge? Maybe I should, but I want to make sure the spots are good and dry. Joanne says they used to say when I was little the number of spots was how many babies the ladybug had. That's cute. All right, I think it's going to take a little while for these spots to dry fully, but I am going to go ahead and start working on the rest of the parts of my piece, and then I'll probably come back and maybe add some Mod Podge or something just to protect my surface there since it is cardboard. Liz says sprinkled out to rich. Linda says hello from Minnesota. Hi. Okay. So if you just popped on, this is my wood slice that I'm making into a ladybug. And so I'm going to probably need some heavy glue for that too. Grab a little bit of this E6000. I want to make sure that it doesn't go anywhere. So let's see, should I glue that on first? And I'm going to glue it a little bit over to the side because I might add a bow if it ends up matching up. I'm looking at my material over here. I might try to add a little bit of a bow. So I'm going to put it to the side, up to the top, because I have some dried flowers that I'm going to be putting here. So let's just go ahead and glue that on first. So I'm going to put a little bit of this right in the middle here. If I can get it to come out. I may have a little bit dried on the cap, but I don't think it'll take a lot. I'm just going to put that there. Can't see your work, only you. I don't know. I wonder why that is. Can everyone else see me? I see me there. Maybe if you make the screen bigger. Have you tapped on it and opened it up all the way? I don't know. Okay, so I've got the heavy glue there. I'm going to add a little bit of hot glue just so that I can get some quick adhesion while I'm waiting on the other glue to dry, because that will take a little bit longer. But I want to make sure that it stays where I put it because it might be a little heavy. All right, and I'm just kind of going to put it right here and hope that's a good spot. All right, if you put Vaseline in the cap, you'll prevent it from drying out. Hey, that's a good tip. I'll have to try that. Thanks. Did I miss any other comments? All right. I don't know, Sharon. Maybe if you don't get it to work, maybe then the replay will show everything. Did you say you have another place where your photography is? Yes, my photography page is called Brandy Nicole Photography, and I have shared that recently in a couple of posts. If you missed that, you can kind of go to my page and just scroll probably just a few posts down where I invited everyone who is interested to join me over there if you want to see more of my photography. Liz said it really does look like a turtle body. I know, but I'm fixing to add these wings on, Liz, and I think that's going to help. Okay. I didn't get these exactly symmetrical either. One wing's bigger than the other one, but that's okay. Not everybody's perfect, right? Everybody, even ladybugs, are different. And it's a little bit curved up, like dented in. So I think I'm going to make sure that I really, let me see if I can bend it backwards just a little bit. Probably it was from, I can probably heat the other side. Sometimes if you heat the other side, it'll go the opposite way. Teresa says, wish she would have known about the Vaseline. She's ruined a lot of tubes. I try to get the lid back on there so fast. And plus, sometimes the glue just keeps coming out. And I just feel like I'm scared I'm going to like glue something permanently that does not need to be glued. All right. So let's go ahead. I keep bending my piece. And get that on there. Ellen says, so cute. Thank you. I hope it turns out cute. I've kind of had this idea in my head for a while, so I'm happy to get to pop it out today and see what happens. Just a little tip on the Q tip smeared in the cap does wonders for the glue. Paint and glue lids. Yep, that's a good tip. Thanks for sharing that. Okay, so that's what I've got here for better or for worse. I may have to do a little touch up on my cardboard paint, but we'll see. I'm also going to do some shading. So far, here's the little ladybug. What do you guys think? Do I need to add anything else? Is that going to be good? I want to keep it really primitive. I'm not going to add like a face or anything like that. So I think it's enough to be able to tell what it is and look pretty cute. So, okay. And I don't think those spots are quite dry yet, so I'm going to wait before I do anything else to that. So now it's time for the flowers, and I have never done this before. I kind of Googled the best way to glue them, and it really just said hot glue, so I'm hoping, I don't want to get that too far up there, that the hot glue is going to work for me. But first, I'm just going to kind of arrange them around before I start gluing to make sure that I get them in the right place. Phyllis says, adorable. Hello from Ohio. Hi there. The Thrifty and Thriving Homestead says 2 sticks for the antennas. That would be really cute. Where do you think that you would put them? I don't know if I could put them, kind of thinking, imagining where I could arrange them. I'll keep thinking about that though. All right, so I have these. I'm trying to remember what these flowers were. These were maybe, gosh, what's blooming right now? The quince. This might have been some of that like Japanese quince, because I've seen some bushes in the woods while I was out taking pictures. Wire would work better for the antennas. That's a good point too. So I think that's what this is. They were kind of a bright pink, reddish pink color, and they dried with a lot of nice shades here. Can you see on the back side? A lot of nice pink, purple, even some yellow dried shades. So I think these are going to be pretty on here. So I'm just going to start arranging these out. I also dried some of these little elm flowers and different pieces of greenery don't remember what this purple stuff is, but this is a pretty one. It came out kind of like open. So we'll put that on here somewhere. I don't know if I can pull this. Oh yeah, get that off of there. I broke the stick. Some of this is really brittle and it's hard to get on here, but I think it's gonna be fine. I like how they dried in different kind of positions. Some are closed, some are open. Some you can see the little, like the stamen inside. Like this one. I don't know if you can see the little yellow stamen. That's pretty cute. Put some of the greenery under the flowers. Yes, that is the plan. I'll get my flowers on first and then kind of maybe arrange the greenery to fill the rest of it in. All right. And then I have some of these dandelions, the yellow ones here. Maybe put one. This one ended up drying kind of open. So that's neat. All right. Maybe put this one. I don't know. I'm getting full here. I did do some of these kinds of dandelions too with the seeds. I didn't really expect them to do that well, and I'm not sure if I like how they turned out or not. I think it's going to be hard to glue all those little flyaway pieces down. Some of them kind of group together. I'm going to try to... I don't think I'm going to fight with that. Let's not do that. These are some little weeds. They were the little purple henbits that is growing in everybody's yard right now. Linda says, how did you dry and press your flowers? I got a flower press not too long ago. I have it over here. Let me grab it and show you. And I put a link to that with this video, and I'm also going to be sharing another video about this soon. But it comes with 2 pieces of wood, and this one has nice flowers printed on it. And so what you do, it has cardboard. It comes with some cardboard and some blotting paper. And so you put the cardboard down, the blotting paper down, put your flowers, and then you can do multiple layers. You just keep adding more paper and wood. And then this is the top piece. I guess it doesn't really matter. It comes with some little screw and wing nuts, and then you just put this in and screw it down, and it presses it down, and you leave it for about a week or 2, and then you open it up and you have your flowers. So I will share better instructions about that too. But if you're interested in trying it out, definitely follow that link and check it out. It was fun. It's been a fun project to do. So, all right. So I kind of want this maybe underneath. Maybe I can layer them on top of each other a little bit. Get that out of there. This is very new to me. I've never done anything like this before, so I'm just kind of figuring it out as I go along. I'm seeing how that one's a little bit long. I'm gonna break it off. So yeah, sorry, I'm doing a lot of thinking here while I'm working. I think I want this one to be more that way, so I'm gonna flip that over. And then maybe just keep layering things on top of each other. What do you guys think? This one has a few leaves attached to it. Yes, the link should be in the video. I did that whenever I started the video. So if you don't see it, if it's not there, I'll also put that in the comments and share it with you guys. Also, whenever I do the video for the flower press. I don't know how good I'm going to be at arranging this. It's just kind of going to be how it's going to be. Sometimes you can just grab it here. Lots of different greeneries. And I'm wondering if I should have just put Mod Podge and like place things on here, but just in case I want to move them, I didn't want to make anything permanent. Anna said this is coming out pretty. Glad I caught you live. That's my first time. Well, I'm glad you did too. Thanks for joining me. Hopefully this turns out nice. Here's like a little bundle of greenery. I'm running out of room, but I know I need a lot more stuff here, so just need to start layering maybe. Have any of you done flower art before? This is definitely like my first time. No, I pulled my petal off. You have to be careful moving it around. But I want that down on the bottom. Maybe I should have added the greenery first. But I didn't, so here we are. I don't know. Let's just put some leaves in to fill this up. You guys have any suggestions for me? Buy all the items at the Dollar Tree store to make your own wood press. Yeah, that's a good idea. Roxy says she's pressed her own flowers in a book, but she hasn't used them. I'm inspiring her. Well, I don't know how good I'm doing here, but we'll give it a try, right? Teresa says hi from Georgia. Yeah, there's a lot of ways to press flowers and stuff. I just, I got this press and it's been fun to use. I like that you can do the different layers and stuff. And I can just kind of set it over to the side somewhere and be done. Okay, so what are we thinking here? Maybe if I shorten these, that's what I'll do. And just get them down in here. They don't need this long stem. And I think I'll just kind of stack them here. And hopefully this is going to work to glue it down. Okay, there is that. Let's add a few leaves over here. Kind of fill in this space, and then maybe I'll just put one of these dandelions. Oops, that was stuck together. Ah! I don't know, you guys. Not sure if I'm doing a good job here or not. Move that up a little because everything sticks together. Ah! Kind of put that there. I think it's going to be a chore really to glue all this stuff down too, but we'll see how it does. Kind of break these pieces off. All right, got that going. I don't really know about this. This is not looking that great. I'm gonna put that right there. Okay. I don't know. Let's leave it like that, and then maybe I'll add some more petals in and stuff. I'm gonna go ahead and start gluing though. Linda says, a true crafter figures it out as you go. Projects morph as you create. That is so true. Very true. I know I'm missing a lot of you guys' comments. I'll definitely go back and look and try to catch some of those. Maybe lay them out the way you want beside the frame and then Mod Podge it on. Maybe. Okay, I'm going to start gluing. I'm not going to put a whole lot of hot glue. I think I can work with my left hand here with my tweezers. I don't know. Maybe this will give you some idea of what to do and what not to do whenever you do yours. Trying to just put a tiny bit. It's hard sometimes to only let, maybe using a mini hot glue gun would be better because you can get smaller bits of glue out, but we'll see. This petal came off, so I'm just gonna try to press that in, yeah, with the rest of it here. And I'm gonna go back over it with a layer of Mod Podge, so I'm just trying to kind of get them attached enough that they'll stay while I'm gluing that top layer on too. Some of these I can pick up with my hands. Press that down. So not too bad with the hot glue. It's working out okay, I think. So yeah, maybe if I was doing it again, maybe you could just put on a light layer of Mod Podge to stick your stuff down. That way you wouldn't have to go through and glue each piece, but I don't know. Everything's so delicate, you have to really be careful not to break it. I think it's going to be super cute when it gets finished though. Maybe let's put an extra leaf here before I put these little elm flowers on. And I'm sure as spring goes on, there'll be more options for flowers. This is just what I had so far. Nicole says, you just inspired me. I have a ton of flowers for my mom's funeral. Oh, that would be a wonderful project to use them for an art craft. Maybe add a picture of her and put the flowers around. That would be pretty. Getting glue strings everywhere. I'll worry about that later though. And maybe once I get some of these glued on, I'll be able to layer a little bit better too without everything moving. Ah, I dropped it. Without everything moving around. So it's definitely a tedious process. I've got so many glue strings. Okay. The flowers would be so pretty with a phrase on the top. They would. What phrase would you put? Wow. Sorry, there's just so many glue strings everywhere. All right, I'm making my way across here. Let's glue this one down. I love the little ones that show like the inside little stamens. They're so pretty. Linda said, what type of tip is on your glue gun to make sure it's such small beads of glue? This is just the, it's a Sure Bonder, the wireless, or cordless, not wireless, cordless Sure Bonder, and that's the tip that came on it. So it does have a pretty fine tip. Just don't squeeze real hard. Oh, look, the other side is way prettier. I didn't even check that. Golly. I used the ugly side. Make sure you flip your flowers over, I guess, and see which side looks better. Goodness. Well, now I really want to pop that one off. This one kind of looks that way either way. Let me check. I have another one over here. Let's see what this one looks like. Oh, that one's pretty on that side. Let's replace that. Love grows here, bloom where you are planted, or a scripture verse. I do love all of those. That sounds pretty. Things to decide along the way. This is kind of an empty space here. Add a little bit of greenery. Y'all, I can already imagine the comments that are going to be coming from some people that always tell me that my work takes too long. They're going to say too much work, but that's okay. I like it. All right, this one is kind of the same on both sides, so I'm just going to go ahead and use it how it is. I know I'm probably missing so many of you guys' comments. I promise I'll go back and look and try to answer questions or anything. I'm gonna layer something on top of this one just to make it look a little bit prettier. I have another little purple flower over here. Let's see if I can get it off. They really do come off pretty easily from this blotting paper, and I love the details and everything. Got this little one here. Roxy says it's worth the time. I think so. That's the good thing about crafting. There's so many options, and you can just pick what works best for you, your style, what you like. Some people like just quick and easy stuff. Some people like to pay a little more attention to the details. I think I might glue this one on last. Let's set it to the side and get some of this greenery on. I'm going to break this stem. All right, did I miss any suggestions? The flowers, yep, I saw that. Okay. Let's see, let's get some of these little green pieces glued on. I'm almost done with this, you guys. Thanks for being patient and hanging in there with me. I just really want to make sure that I get each piece put where I want it to be. This was down here somewhere too. Okay, now I think I can put my big piece right here on top. I'm just gonna put that right down in the corner. Get some of these glue strings out of here. Okay, a couple more pieces and then we can see what we've got here. Okay, I can at least show you guys now what I've got so far. Hopefully everything's stuck on there, but here we go. Glue strings and everything. Here's what we have so far. What do you guys think? It's a pretty little flower scene. I'm not sure if I did the best I could do, but we'll see. Liz says you're riding with me to the barn. Oh, what are you doing in the barn? Okay. So I'm just thinking here, what do you guys think? Any suggestions? Other than just adding a few more petals. Trying to see. I don't know. I might have gone up a little high on that side, but I don't know. I think she's pretty. You could add, like some of you said, some little wires or something for antennas. And you can go back and add some more little greenery pieces, but I'm going to go ahead and call this good for now. I may look at it, do it a little bit more, but let's go ahead and start using some Mod Podge here to cover things up. And instead of putting it straight on, I'm just going to put a little bit on this plate Beautiful, love it, awesome. Glad you guys like it. Okay, obviously I'm gonna need more than that. All right, get some Mod Podge on my plate here. I'm gonna start by, and I'm using a really soft bristled brush here because I don't want to mess up some of these delicate pieces. But first I'm gonna go ahead and put some of this on my wings. And they can be drying while I'm gluing my flowers down. All right, I'm thinking about the antennas too, and I think I have an idea about how I want to put them on, so we'll do that in a minute too. Thanks for that suggestion. I knew I had you guys around for some reason. All right, I have no idea how this part is going to go. I'm just going to try to lightly glue over these things. No. Gosh, that tore a little bit. I think the trick is to have a lot of glue on your brush. Let's try that again. Let me hold it down. You definitely want to have a lot of glue on your brush. And you can kind of get underneath them too, I think. And then smooth them out. If you want to run the brush underneath some of the parts that aren't glued down, I think that would be helpful. But they will dry a lot stiffer, so I think that it's going to be okay once everything dries. And I may just kind of go ahead and get a first coat of glue on to cover everything, and then I may go over it with more to give it more of a fuller coverage. We'll see kind of how it works out. But pulling pieces off here. I'm not good at using these tweezers with my left hand. Okay. You just kind of want to do a quick brush on, I think, with plenty of glue on your brush. And kind of use the tweezers to hold it down a little bit. Kind of go in whichever direction is going to be. I usually try to go from the center out whenever I'm gluing things, and that seems to be working here too. So I'm just going to get a good layer on top of things. It's looking good, I think. And some of them are sticking up more than others, especially these thicker ones, like the little dandelion leaves here. But I think that's all going to just add to the end effect of it. So I think that's going to be okay. Some of these flowers are definitely more delicate than the other ones. All right, so far so good. Let's get a little more glue. Roxy said, so glad you're doing this. She needed to see it done. I'm the guinea pig. I'll go first. So I'm just kind of working along with my paintbrush and my tweezers, kind of holding things in place the best I can, adding some glue. Something breaks off, I'm just putting it back with my glue. That seems to be working pretty well. Almost done. We're getting to the end here. Thanks for hanging with me. I know this is taking a while. Do I see? I can't see how long I've been on. I don't see a timer. Whoa. I really think when the glue dries that they're going to be a lot more stiff and sturdy. Still have those dandelion pieces everywhere. The little flyaway pieces. That would have been cute to get those on here, but there's just too many pieces to worry with. Okay. And we'll see how it dries. I may have to kind of do another thicker layer on the whole thing to make it all look the same color if the glue pieces really show up. Some of this is like it might be a different shade where the glue is versus where I didn't put glue, but I'm going to go ahead and let some of that dry. I think I mostly got everything. Okay, let's work on our ladybug a little bit more. So I want to do some shading. I think I've got black here somewhere. Some black soot shading ink. Jody says it's beautiful. Thank you. Once it gets dry, I'll hold it up again and show you guys where we're at with it. But I'm going to get my little blending brush here and just do a little bit of shading on the wings to define the edges a little bit and just give it some interest so it doesn't just look like a flat piece of cardboard. I think that's going to be nice. If you don't have distressing ink, you can just use paint, maybe like on a wet wipe or something, or brush a little on and then use a wet wipe to brush across it and spread it across your little wings. And for the bottom piece, you can just use like a couple of circle wood pieces, maybe a bigger piece and a smaller piece, and put them together, and I'm sure that'll look cute too. But I think the shading really makes a huge difference in kind of how it looks. I'm just gonna hit a couple spots here. It just maybe even makes them look a little bit more natural, as much as you can, but it's also good for covering up mistakes. If you had any kind of little iffy spots, shading is a good way to kind of just camouflage them. Okay. Trying to get all my glue strings out. Cute, cute. I like that. I think that turned out cute. I'll go ahead and show you. My glue is still drying, but here's my ladybug wings so far. And let's give her a couple of antennas. Some rusty wire here somewhere. So let's do that. And get a little brush to wrap it around. Okay, I'm gonna put this to the side. Get that out of my way. All right. So let's get a few pieces of this. What do you think? Just a little curly Q on the end. I'm just gonna wrap it around this paintbrush here. Just give it a little bit of a curly Q. Yeah, we'll do this side. I don't think that they need to be very big. So let's do 2 pieces like that. And then let's see how we're going to glue these things on. Brenda says, so pretty and unique. Thank you. This really is kind of a one-of-a-kind creation here. I think I'm going to cut a little bit, cut this off. All right, so here I have a couple little curly Q wire antennas. Let's see how we're going to attach it. Maybe I'll wrap them together. Kind of use my tool here to twist them together. Well, I don't think I twisted enough. Come on, little guy. Maybe it went this way. Ugh. Yeah. Okay. Is that going to be enough? Let's twist it a little bit more. Sometimes this stuff is tricky to work with. I'm probably not using the right tool either, but okay, that feels a little more secure. All right, so I just twisted them. Kind of, this is so tiny. Can you see? There, twisted them together a little bit. And I'm just going to glue them here. I may go back and reinforce this later, but for now, give it a piece of hot glue and kind of hold it on there. Oh, that's so cute. What a great idea. Thanks. Loving that. So you could put a little tag up here. Like Roxy said. What do you guys think? A little tag? I could stamp it out. Here's this little antennas. Isn't that darling? I love that. Okay. Let's see. Let's go ahead and do a tag and see how that looks. I know I have some tags here. What do you think? A brown one? We'll go ahead and do a brown one. I'll stamp it first with got some black stays on here that I'm going to use. And then these are my favorite little tiny stamps that I get from Dollar General. They're super cute. I love the font. I like the small size because if you need to put a lot of things, a lot of words on there. But they're just real tiny with a cute little font. You can see, cutesy. And so those are from Dollar General. If you can't find them at your Dollar General, I do have, I think, one extra set left in my Etsy shop. Sometimes I grab extra of things just because you know how it is whenever the stores don't always have what you need. Okay, let's put that in there. So we're gonna go with, how about Love Blooms here? I think that's cute. Good suggestion, Roxy. And so I'm really just gonna kind of Love Blooms here, I think. If I have room, I'm gonna try to do it really small and then I'll tear around the edges as best that I can. So let's start with the middle word and let's do that. Sorry, I kind of have my stamps are a mess here. So let me get my letters. I know I just had that M. There's the M. S, L, and my O. Okay. So we'll start in the middle. We'll start with our O's. Maybe I'll work backwards, actually. I don't want to run out of room. Let's start with our S. I'm going to start with S. Try to kind of put it right in the middle, work my way backwards. I am not perfect at stamping. Practice helps, and I've gotten better, but it's usually a little bit wonky, but to me, it just gives it character, so it's fine. If you want it to be perfectly straight, you could always just print something out. All right, so got my middle word there. L-O, I need a V and an E. I just saw that somewhere. There's my V and E. Okay, I'm going to do the same thing and just kind of start at the end and work backwards. L-O-V-E. And I'm going to use my other words to just try to center it a little bit with this word. Hopefully it doesn't turn out too crazy. It's kind of up and down. All right, so last word here. Where's my H? H-E and R. H-E-R-E. This one has 4 letters too, so I think it's going to end up looking pretty even as far as spacing. And I'm trying to put it close together because I really don't have that big of a space there. Make sure that R doesn't touch my E. That's gotten me a few times. Okay, I don't know. It's kind of wonky, but here it is. Hopefully it will look good with that. All right, so let's go ahead now, and I'm just going to tear my edges as close as I can to those words because I know I don't have very much of a space there. And I probably could have left myself a little bit more room here on the end, but that's okay. Just tear off that a tiny bit because I want it to have the same edge, just kind of a rough, tattered looking edge. And there we go, a little square tag. And I'm going to use the same ink just to do some shading. I think I'm going to use the distressing ink. Sometimes this kind of ink, like stamping ink, will have a purplish tinge to it. I'll put on my thing here. Just kind of shade those edges a little bit. Give it a little interest there. What do you guys think about a bow over here? I've got some plaid, like some reds and blacks. Do you think that, I don't want it to hide it too much, but I'm thinking it'll be cute. All right, let's go ahead. Trying to decide if I want to crumple it up. Probably I will just a little bit. That way it's not completely flat. And then let me just rub some over that. Okay, so we've got that. And I think it's going to fit just perfectly in our little corner over here. Oh, cute, cute. That's what we have so far. Very cute. And so I think a little bow, we'll go ahead and make one and see, kind of balance things out over here. Just a cute little kind of tattered bow. Let's clean up and get some of this stuff out of my way. Get my little, you think my mini, I'm going to use one of my Bodabras. Just makes it easy to hold those pieces. All right, let's see. I've got some different materials here, some different shades of red, and some black and white ticking. So let's just, where's my scissors? Okay, cut some strips here real quick. I'm trying to think in my head, do I want to do the X's and make a little X rag bow? Do I want to do the loops? I tend to really like loops better. But also, I can't let it get too big or it'll be covering up my flowers. So I'm just kind of thinking how I want to do that. Roxy says, what about a bow or something on the neck of the ladybug? Yeah, that might be cute too. Maybe I'll do something like matching. We'll see. Nothing super, super big, but something kind of small right there. That would be pretty cute. I was thinking about that too. Kind of just like a little shoestring bow there. I like the black and white. That would be pretty cute. I'll tie this up. Let me see if I can just tie one really quick. And then I'll kind of use this piece to accent in my reds up here, and then it'll bring that down there. I think that'll be a nice balance. So I'm just gonna get this nice and tight. Cover those edges up before I'm cutting it. Let's see. A little bit shorter. All right. Very cute. That way it's not too matchy-matchy, but it pulls in that black and a little bit of a neutral color. So get that in a good little spot. Kind of fluff that bow up just a little bit. Open it up. All right. Still got it a little long, maybe. Oops, missed a piece. Okay. Got strings everywhere. Okay. All right, now she's got a cute little bow. What do you think so far? I like it. Okay, let's go ahead and do a few more strips now for a bow on the edge. And I think it's going to pull it all together really well. So I've got 1, 2, 3 different reds. So let me cut 3 different pieces here, and I'm going to kind of maybe put it in between. Each one of these. I find it really challenging sometimes to keep these bows small, but we'll see. Figure out which side I'm tearing from. And I'll just do kind of some different sizes, different lengths, different widths. I think I only need 1 piece each of the red. It's kind of skinny. We might can make a couple loops of that. And then this little striped one here. I'm going to cut that piece off. I want to see the stripes more, so I'm probably going to use this next little bit. let's start with all of that and see what we get. Let's move this over here. So I'm going to use a little piece of twine at the bottom of my bow dabber here. You can use bow wire, floral wire, anything like that. But I like this because it just looks natural, so when it shows, it's it doesn't stand out too much. All right, I'll tuck that under. Okay, let's get started. What do I want on top? I think I'm gonna want maybe this one on top, so let's save it for last. I don't know, we'll see what we end up with. I'm gonna put the black on the bottom. I'm just gonna make a couple of shoestring loops here, I think, and just keep it simple. So we'll go with the black and then a red layer. And kind of get all these strings trimmed up when we're done. Then another black. And then this one. Kind of had some long ends there. I'm going to wrap this one back and forth a couple of times just because it's a skinnier one. It's not a whole lot. Really, this is the skinny part. Let's move it down. I want to use more of the skinny part. And the reason that I do so many layers is just because it gives it more fullness. If you want a flatter bow, then you don't have to do so many. You don't always see the bottom layers, but it really makes a difference. It just makes your top layers look fuller, even if you don't see them. Okay, then let's put another black one in there. Almost running out of room. Maybe I should have used my bigger sized one. And I'm gonna put this little red stripe on top. And we'll make it a little bit smaller than the rest since it's our top layer. Now all I have to do is take my string here and cinch it up and lift all my layers up. Kind of spread them out a little bit. And I'll probably have to cut a lot of this the tails off, because I don't want it to cover up my flowers. But then I'm just gonna flip this over and tie a couple knots on the back side to make sure that it stays. Cut that off. Now that that's secure, I can kind of fluff this out. And if you have any pieces, like this one's a little bit long, you can kind of find that bottom piece and pull it back in. You can adjust your loop lengths here and just spread it out. All right, and I can play with that some more in a minute, but so far, here's what we have, and then I'll see where I need to cut my lengths, but just a little mini bow. Strings everywhere. Oh, that's gonna be super cute. Some of these ends we can kind of leave long. Just trying to gauge it here. I don't want it to cover up my stuff. Maybe I could even, just trying to decide how I want to do that. I'll just go ahead, trim them about this long and see what we got. Kind of fray those edges out a little bit since I cut it. All right. This one's still a little bit long. Kind of stuff sticking to me everywhere. All right, so I just have my loops here, and then I have my little ends spread out, and I'll kind of straighten everything up once I get it attached here. All right, I think that's gonna be super cute. I'm gonna go ahead and staple it since I have a nice piece of wood here. That way I don't have to worry about it coming off. But I'm just gonna kind of grab the bottom loops here. Well, actually I'm gonna grab this one because I think it's gonna be in a better position. And just staple each side down. And you can add like a little wooden heart or something right there. I'm sure I have a little button. Maybe I'll do a little button and give it a little black shading. So you can kind of see some loops and some ends there. And I think it kind of pulls this in to the bow. So I don't know. What do you guys think? Do you like the little bow on there? Kind of cut this string. And kind of fluff it out a little. All right, buttons. Here we go. I've got some little coconut buttons that I got from Amazon way a long time back. Becky says, cute, cute, cute. Thank you. And they're just kind of brown, little brown coconut buttons. And so let me go ahead and glue one of those on. Cute. And give it a little bit of this. And if you really like to go distressed looking, you could even use your ink to kind of go around your ribbon a little bit, but I don't think I'm going to do that today. But I am going to take my distressing ink and just go around my frame a little bit. I think this really adds just a nice touch. To kind of give it a little focusing and sharpening on these edges. Just a little something extra. Kind of just use my pad here to hit the main spots, and then I'll use my blending brush too. nice. I really like how this is looking on that frame. Just kind of brings the other colors from the piece up. Love it. Aw, what a sweet little craft, you guys. What do you think? Our little rag bow, our ladybug with the bow and the antennas. Great ideas. Thanks for that. And the little tag, love blooms here. And my dried flowers from my flower press. Make sure you check out that video that's going to be coming up soon if you wanted to see the process of how I did this. There's lots of options for pressing flowers, but I'll just show you what I did. So everybody says love, and it's adorable. So I'm really excited how it turned out. And once it all dries, I'll probably add a couple more layers of Mod Podge just to make sure all the little flowers stay on good. But I really love how it turned out. So thanks for hanging in there with me, you guys. It took a little while, but I think it's a super cute finished project. So I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your day, and I hope you get to see the eclipse. All right, talk to you later. Bye.